Do not be afraid. Zechariah's encounter with the angel changed everything. And that moment, in the midst of an otherwise ordinary day at the temple, Zechariah and Elizabeth's lives were changed forever. Do not be afraid, the angel told him. How did Zechariah hear those words? Did he hear them as a threat or a plea or a prayer or a consolation? As he rose that morning and started his day, it was a day like so many others. Zechariah arrived at the temple ready for his regular duties, straightening up the ritual items, ensuring all was in good order, things he had done so many times before. Perhaps it had become rote for him. Perhaps all the magic had been taken out of the ritual. Maybe his meditative musings were now merely a checklist of things to get done. Pulling the edge of an altar cloth here just so, moving a bowl of candles maybe slightly over here. His mind not on the task at hand, but rather on his wife Elizabeth at home and chores that were waiting on him there. Finally finished, he turns away from the altar and he's shocked and seized with fear as he looks at the angel that suddenly appeared in front of him. And the angel beckons to him, sternly or gently, really we'll never know for sure. Though I read them as spoken with a lot of compassion, reaching out a hand, reassuring Zechariah, do not be afraid. Your prayers have been heard. On this day begun like so many others, Zechariah agreed to what he could never have imagined. In the midst of his fear, he let this blessing lay its hands upon his heart, upon his brow. What if when the angel spoke to Zechariah, the angel was looking past that initial startledness? And what if instead he was looking right into the heart of who Zechariah was? And what if when he looked at Zechariah, what he saw was not Zechariah's initial fear at seeing the angel? But what if the angel was able to see the fear that resided in Zechariah's heart? Fear about the future, fear about his wife and all of the anxiety that it sounds like she was carrying about her disappointment with not having a baby. What if he was carrying fear about the state of the world? What if he was carrying fear about how other people saw him? What if the angel looked at Zechariah and saw that deep down he was scared and alone and uncertain, hoping to find some sense and meaning in his life? If we turned around right now and all of a sudden an angel was moving their way down the aisle and looked out at each and every one of us, what would the angel see residing in your heart and mind this morning? What fears might you be carrying with you? Fear of not being seen and known? A fear that maybe if the angel looked right into your heart and mind, it might see something that they found unsettling? Those words that the angel said must have been full of such love and care. Do not be afraid. Your prayers have been heard. Perhaps after that, the angel sang from Psalm 31, "Be strong and let your heart take courage, all who hope Our worship theme this month is Angels Among Us, and I ask you all to please not be afraid of this theme. Choosing a theme with the word angels in it feels just a little bit risky for this Unitarian Universalist pastor. Angels aren't really part of our lexicon in Unitarian Universalist theology. Pneumology, the Christian systemic theology that deals in the study of the Holy Spirit, which is usually where consideration of angels also falls, this is not one that is found in the index of most of our Unitarian Universalist theology books. I resonate most with the Hebrew word for angel, malach, which means messenger, a holy messenger. Insight, wisdom, aha moments, our holy messengers come to us in so many different ways and forms. Some of us find meaning in the cycle of the seasons, in scientific discoveries, the caring words of a friend, the still, small voice within us. So whether or not you believe in physical angels with feathers or spiritual angels that ride on our shoulders, whether you believe in symbolic messages or whether you don't believe in any of that at all, I just invite you to hold some kind of symbolism about holy messages that make sense for you. And I'm thinking about it for myself as those moments where we find ourselves in that sweet space of connection with the universe, absorbed in awe and wonder, suddenly seized with powerful new insight and wisdom. Those times give me a sense of hope amid the times of pain and uncertainty. Imagining the angel as seeing all of who Zechariah was, carefully looking into the depth of his soul and seeing the fear that may reside there. It reminds me of this beautiful characterization of angels from a 1980s Wim Wenders film, Wings of Desire. Any of you remember it from 1987? Chris remembers it well. Thank you, Chris. It's set in Berlin when the city was still divided by the wall, and it's a love story of an angel who falls in love with the trapeze artist of all people. And the angels in the film are dressed in modern clothes. They could be dressed like any one of us here in this room on a chilly California day with wool coats and cozy scarves, dark pants on. They look like us. The angels watch our world. They move among people. They hear our desires, our aches, our pains, our frustrations. But the thing is, the angels in the story, they're invisible to us, and they're unable to directly interact with the people. In one scene on a subway, an angel moves down the aisle of the train, and as he does so, as he passes each person, he hears little snippets of their silent thoughts. Maybe not unlike what we might be thinking on a subway. Things like, how am I going to live on this tiny pension that I've been given? Why am I living? What am I doing with my life? Where am I going? What's the point and meaning? And finally, he comes upon a man who looks so forlorn and dejected. The angel hears his thoughts, which are about all the ways this man feels lost. He's abandoned by parents. His wife left him. He's in no contact with his children. There's no friends nearby. And this man wonders, God, I feel so alone. Is life even worth living? So for some reason, out of all the people on the train, the angel feels especially drawn to this person. The angel sits beside him. He gently puts his arm around the man's shoulders, and he touches his forehead to his. His gestures say more strongly than any words could, do not be afraid. Your prayers have been heard. Be strong and let your heart hope. As their foreheads touch, the man realizes in the midst of all of those troubles that he is still here. He's still here. A flicker of hope stirs in his heart. His shoulders relax, and he says, yes, I can continue with this life. And both the story of Zechariah and with the angel on the train, neither angel really offered to fix anything. Zechariah's angel didn't say, your prayers have been answered, but rather, your prayers have been heard. I am with you. We are journeying together. I am hearing you. The angels offer the gift of careful and close attention. And that's a gift that any one of us can offer another person any day of the week. No extra equipment needed, no special training, no magic wand or book of answers, which I assure you I don't have. And if you have one, I'll take it at coffee hour. I believe there are angels among us, but the angels are us. They are you. In our everyday clothes, with wrinkles fanning out from our eyes, with cares and concerns of our own, reaching out to one another over and over again, saying, do not be afraid. Your prayers have been heard. Be strong. Let your heart take courage. May we practice the art of careful and close attentions to ourselves, our neighbors, our planet. And may you continue to be messengers of hope, flying in the face of fear, bringing the hope of your light into the world. May it be so, and may we sing of hope and joy. Number 1060, please rise as you are able.